Although the name appears on earlier maps, Dead Woman's Ditch is often thought to be named after the notorious and gruesome murder of 1789, when John Walford slit his wife's throat and reputedly hid the body here. Born in Overstowe, Walford was a charcoal burner who spent many nights in the surrounding woods, tending to his slow-burning stack. Walford had been forced to marry a local girl, Jane Shawnee, who was pregnant with his child. Shockingly, just 3 weeks after they were married, Walford murdered her at nearby Doddington, where she'd been drinking. The body was soon discovered and Walford was brought to trial and sentenced to hang. His public execution was carried out at a high point just off the coach road, where his body was put into a gibbet and was left hanging for a year. His remains were then taken down and buried at the site, still known today as Walford's Gibbet. So I hope you've enjoyed the intro. I do enjoy a good story. I'm in uncharted territory for myself. I'm on a family camping holiday down in Somerset, just outside the Quantock Hills. And I've actually come up to the Quantock Hills this morning to an area called Dead Woman's Ditch. And yeah, with a name like that, I had to come and check it out. And it's a spectacular location. So as you saw in the intro there, it was the site where a gentleman called John Wharton had basically buried his wife that he'd newly married, and buried somewhere around here. I'm not entirely sure where exactly, but yeah, apparently it was in one of these ditches. I don't know which one, but yeah, you've got these beautiful at the moment sort of beech trees, and we've had an absolute deluge of rain fall overnight. So you've got some lovely sort of shine to them, looking quite menacing. So I'm going to walk along this ditch here and see if I can try and frame up a composition. I do think it may work better actually in the winter when you haven't got the foliage, because it's making it look a little bit messy. But we'll work with what we've got and see if we can find some images here. Wow, what a fantastic find. So I'm going to walk along here. When I find a composition, I'm going to talk you through it. So just as I was talking to camera then, I actually got distracted because I actually think I found a composition just as I was talking to you, involving this set of beech trees here leading off along this ditch. Just on the left hand side here, you've got this little sort of mossy patch as well, which is quite nice. I have got a few issues with it. Well, one main issue really, which is as you can see there, quite a big bright area. So I've angled the camera downwards to try and cut out as much of that as I can, really paying a lot of attention to this root system here on this beech tree, because it's beautiful, got some beautiful shapes to it, the way it's just sort of buried into the ground here, and this lovely little bit of soft light on this moss here, just that little bit of extra detail. And I've just been very careful in the placement of my camera as well, just moving slightly left and slightly right, just to make it look as tidy as I can. The idea really, I will darken that side down over there. I'm probably lighten up a bit of the moss here just to give a bit of balance to the scene. Just leading you off along this ditch here. Yeah, I think it should work out okay. So I'll pop that on screen. Well, hopefully it's not the best image I've got this morning, because I think there's a lot of potential here. We have got a very low lying cloud at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be getting low enough to where we are. But if that does drop a little bit, we could be on to an absolutely fantastic morning. I've been walking around now for quite a while and I'm a complete sweaty mess, to be honest with you. It's very, very, very humid this morning. The clouds that I was on about have descended ever so slightly, and we are getting a touch of mist here in this woodland, and I've framed up an image here which I actually really, really like. It's quite a complex scene, for me anyway. Obviously the main focal point is this lovely oak tree here with some lovely shape to it. I'm placing that on the left-hand third, but then I've got this other fallen tree here. Don't know if it's an oak or not, but it's kind of fallen into that tree. So that's anchoring the bottom right hand of the frame, which is just adding a little bit of balance. And again, I've just been very careful in my placement of the camera. Before I actually put the tripod down, I walk around with the camera in hand and move sort of slightly left, slightly right, slightly up, slightly down, just to try and get as much separation between these trees as possible. As you can probably see behind me, it's quite a chaotic scene. It's beautiful, but very chaotic. You've got some lovely shapes to some of these trees, absolutely twisted and gnarly, which look really nice. And I think you've got this, I think it's bilberry, lining the floor of the woodland here, which makes a change, because most of the woodlands I normally go into, it's usually bracken everywhere, but no, it seems to be something else here, which I think is bilberry. It's a beautiful summer scene, to be honest with you. On the right hand side here, there's two trees as well, which are sort of like twisted, but they're twisting away from each other. Again, I've been very careful with those to make sure that they are sitting nicely within the frame, again adding a little balance to the right hand side. We have got a touch of the sky in, but because we've got the mist, it's just diffusing that ever so slightly. So yeah, I think this one's going to turn out all right. There are a few edge distractions I'm going to have to remove. There's like a little cut tree stump down there, which is my eyes immediately being drawn to, so I'll probably remove that in post. And there's a tree just sort of coming into the frame on the right hand side there, just coming in ever so slightly, which I think is again a bit of a distraction, so that will be removed most likely in post. But yeah, I think I really like this, so I'm going to pop this one on screen. As beautiful as the woodland as it is, as I say, it's quite chaotic. I think you need to spend quite a lot of time here to really, really hone the compositions that you're trying to find. So as I say, I'll put this on screen. I'm going to head that way back towards the car, because what I'm hoping for is that this mist is also over there now, because there were some really nice looking trees over that way. Nearly back at the car now, and I've arrived at the set of trees that I was on about a moment ago, which are really nice, especially in this little ditch that we're in here. But I walked around for a bit and I just couldn't find a clean composition. I think, as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is somewhere that would look absolutely great in winter. Once a lot of this foliage starts to die off, just cleans up the scene ever so slightly. As you can see as well, we've got no mist now, that's completely gone. So yeah, I think I'm going to end it. It's going to be a very short video, but I'm actually very happy with those two images I've got. At least I think I am. I won't know entirely until I get back into post. So yeah, it's just been great for me to get out somewhere completely different, down south in Somerset, somewhere I've never photographed before, and actually come away with what I believe could be a good couple of images. So somewhere that definitely warrants returning to in the future when the conditions are just right. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this short video, please consider hitting the like button. And if you really enjoyed the video, it would really help if you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.